you'll once again be that eternal being. Your values and your standards should completely shift and change. Then you begin to walk in some stuff that God established, because God established something for the pneuma of man. Established. Not for the decaying, rotting, carnal, dirty old man. But God established some stuff for the pneuma, the breath of life, the abundant life which dwells within man, the born-again man, the redeemed man. He actually established some stuff the same way He established the tides, the same way He established the moon ascending in the evening, the sun rising in the morning, the orange producing oranges, the dog producing dogs. He established it. And He has established some stuff for you and me. Absolute. Irreversible. Here's the thing. Are we walking in it? Are we walking in what God has established for us? And He said, and He gave blessings, and He spoke, and He said, and the Father said, and God said, and God said, and God said, and God said. Are we walking in it? Are we going, well, I don't know. It's kind of not what I experienced. I feel like, and well, I think. Hold on to all that. You'll never walk in what God established for you. Lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him. Depend on Him. Lay it at His feet. Say, God, is this what You've established for me? A lot of us are chasing the things of the flesh when we should be walking in what God has established. Let me pull up the, let me read it here. I put it on the board. We're going to get there. We know that the devil came and tempted and spoke into the natural ear of Eve and robbed her of her authority, lied to her. She gave over her authority, thus by giving him power now. Right? But the way we take it back and the way we walk in this thing that God established for us is the same way, believing in what He said. Let me read you a few things. Let's pull the first one up. Obedience. Obedience keeps you inside what God has established for you. Obedience will keep you inside what God has established for you. Firmly preordained, carved out, especially identified, separated, established from the foundations of the world, established something for you. He knows you by name. He knows the number of hairs on your head. He knows your end from your beginning. He knew you when you were in your mother's womb. He has plans for you. But this is what's been established by Him. Are we walking in what's been established by Him? Or are we chasing after things of our flesh? Or are we listening to a little lie that will take us out of what He has established? Obedience keeps you inside of what God has established for you. Self-indulgence, high-mindedness. Listen, that was the pride of life. That's what Eve fell prey to. Whoa, there's a higher way. Oh, I guess maybe I could know as much, if not more, than my husband. God, none of us like to be told, Eve was second on the scene. So she got the don't touch the tree, don't eat of the tree, don't do that. She was told that by her husband. Well, what does he know? How many wives? What does he know? Come on. That caveman, that Neanderthal, what does he know? All he does is grunt and groan and make weird noises come out of every orifice that he has. My goodness. Some smooth talking devil comes along. Yeah, that sounds right. My husband's crazy. Which ultimately leads to disobedience. He would have you outside of what God has established for you. Second one, what God establishes, He causes it to flourish. Do you understand? When He established the earth, and He established the garden, and He established the trees, and He established this through His Word, do you know they didn't toil, they didn't spin, there wasn't this, now it says the whole earth groans for the sons of God to be revealed. But when we made it that way, because we gave all of our authority, all of our choices, and we polluted this world. We made this world toxic. Now we live under a curse. But you understand that God's intention when He establishes something, it's meant to just be walked in and walked out. Come on, there's some things, listen, and God wants to refine us so much that we stop chasing things. Come on, turn to your neighbor and say, stop chasing things. Do you understand? You don't have to chase what God has established. If you're chasing some stuff, it's probably the wrong stuff. Now, you need to be desperate and hungry and and thirsty for the things of the Lord. But I think we all know the difference between that and just chasing after stuff that the old man wants. What God establishes, He causes it to flourish. God establishes it, and He establishes you with Him all the power and authority necessary to perform what is set before you. Do you understand? When He establishes a thing, He establishes it for you, then He gives you everything that you have need of to walk this thing out. Every bit of power, every bit of energy, every bit of resource, every bit of peace, every bit of gentleness, every bit of meekness, every bit of everything. Why? It was preordained. It was established. And God isn't stupid. Most of the time we're believing the lie of the enemy, and we're in something, we're in our garden, God has planted us, and we're going, wow, this is great, I love it, I'm serving Jesus. And then the next thing you know, boop, boop, we bump into a serpent, and the serpent goes, do you really have everything? I think God might be holding out for you. If you stay here and you do it His way, you're probably missing out on a whole lot. And you're like, I never really thought of it. Let me meditate on what you're saying, serpent. I think you're right. You don't understand about what God has established then. Because